Good evening, I'm Paul the Tech Giant, and tonight we're going to be checking out this 65-inch LG C1 OLED. Now the way that I'm going to do this is in my regular style, which means we're going to first take a look around the outside of the box and look at the key features. Then we'll get the TV unpacked, we'll have a look around the back of the TV, look at all the inputs, outputs, take some measurements, we'll get the TV up on the wall because we are wall mounting this TV, and then we will get it set up, we'll test out the picture, we'll look at all the different menus and options, we'll test out the sound, and we'll even test out quickly with one of the consoles. Just want to say a big thanks once again to box.co.uk who are kind enough to send over this LG C1 OLED, and if you are looking to purchase a new TV like this, then please go and check out their link in the description. If you were to purchase a TV like this from Box, you'll be able to take advantage of the free 5-year protection plan that is included, the free delivery, and the fact that they price match all the major competitors. So please go check them out. So starting off then, let's take a look around the outside of the box. So this is the LG OLED 65-inch C1. Self-lit OLED, 100% colour fidelity, infinite contrast, flicker-free eye comfort, Alpha 9 Gen 4 AI processor 4K, AI Picture Pro, AI Sound Pro, Thin Q AI home dashboard, True Cinema Experience, Dolby Vision IQ, Dolby Atmos, HDR10 Pro, Filmmaker Mode, Netflix, Apple TV and Prime Video, Ultimate Gameplay, Game Optimizer, VRR, ALLM, EARC, HGIG. Moving across then, and we can see we have the energy rating, and sadly it comes in at a G. Moving across from that, and then we have NVIDIA G-Sync, AMD FreeSync Premium, works with Apple AirPlay, works with Apple HomeKit. Now just stepping back, we can see a picture there on the box of the TV with the stand attached, and it doesn't just look aesthetically pleasing, it does actually serve a purpose as it helps to direct the sound out of the bottom of the TV and out into the room. Next up, we're going to take some measurements of the box itself, as I'm sure there's plenty of you guys out there who are going to want to pick up one of these in person over the Black Friday or Christmas period. And the last thing that you want is to find out that your 65-incher won't fit through the back doors of your car, and the missus turns around and says it's too big, pull it back out again. So let's take these measurements down then. So to start off with, we are going to take the longest measurement first, and that comes in at 166 centimeters, or 65 and just under a ½ inch. Next up, let's take a look at the depth, and that comes in at 20 centimeters, or 7 3/4 inches. Finally, we will measure the height, and that comes in at 94.5 centimeters, or 37 1/4 inches. Now we've got the TV unpacked, we're going to take a look around the back, and wow, I am very surprised because I've been unboxing these TVs now for a few years, and they are generally always like a grey or a silver sort of back to them, but this time we've got, looks like a mixture of a white and maybe an off-white stroke, very light grey to the back. So yeah, very different indeed. And that design even follows through to the power cable, which as you can see is white. That may be an advantage for some, maybe a negative for others, but one thing that is a negative, and that is the length. And as you can see, I've already gone ahead and measured it, and it comes in at a epoxy 1.5 meters, which isn't very good when you take into account that that power cable is actually fixed to the back of the TV, so there is no official way of swapping it out for a longer length. Now hit me up in the comment section, do you think that is nice being white on the back, or would you rather it be black? It'd be interesting to see if the remote control itself is white or the traditional black. Moving on then, and as we can see, we have 4 holes on this bottom section of the TV where you can mount your wall mounting brackets, which I will be doing in just a bit. Moving on down, and this is where we would fit the supplied stand. Moving on down from that, once again, we have a button just there, a little bit hard to see, but that is a button that you can use if you've lost the remote or just don't want to use the remote, and you can access all your settings, so volume, change channel, and the main menus. Right at the bottom of the TV, we can see just there and there we have our speakers, and as I said before, the stand sits in such a way so the sound is directed from there and back out into the room. Moving up from that then, and we get to our inputs and outputs, or some of them. So we have an output there, audio headphones out, optical digital audio out. Then we have LAN. Moving across from that, we have antenna cable in, satellite in. Then we have HDMI number 4, which is good for 4K at 120 Hertz, and 2 USB in. Now moving round to the side, which would be the left-hand side of the TV if you were looking at it straight on. And we have another USB there, so that's 3 in total. And then another 3 HDMIs, so that makes 4 in total. And the other 3 are also good for 4K at 120 Hertz. And number 2 is eARC. And then finally, moving across to the right, we have a common interface. Right now we're going to take some measurements on the back of the TV for when it comes to wall mounting it. Now I've got my wall mounting brackets just here, and I will be fixing those to the back of the TV using 4 of these M6 bolts, which are 20mm long. Got a couple of washers on there. So depending on what sort of bracket you've got, you may need more or less washers. And yeah, the screw holes are on this. So we are looking at 20 centimeters by 30 centimeters. Now going from the bottom of the TV to the bottom hole, we are looking at 14 centimeters. And then from the top hole there to the top of the TV, we are looking at 48 centimeters. And then to the outside of the TV, we are looking at 57 centimeters. Right, let's next take a look at the supplied accessories. So starting off then, we have a bag with all our literature. So we've got instructions there, we've got stuff for the remote control, the energy rating, new for 21, so on and so forth. Moving on then, we have a bag of screws. I'm guessing they are going to be for the stand. Obviously, bear in mind, obviously Box have opened this TV up previously to me getting it, so that's why they look like that. We have a cable tidy for the back of the TV. Then we have the white cover plate, which will sit just there like that to make everything look neat and tidy. Then we have part of the stand. Looks very nice indeed. Like I said, this helps to direct the sound out into the room, and it does say LG OLED on the end there, and it's like a brushed effect, isn't it? Yeah, like a brushed effect. So yeah, it looks very nice. And then we have the other part to that stand just here, very heavy indeed, which you're going to want to make sure it doesn't fall over. Again, that is finished in white, and you've got like a cover just there, so you can run the cables down and make them look all nice and neat and tidy. And finally, we have the magic remote control. Absolutely love this remote control. Very nice. I always say it's like a Wii remote control, so you point it at the screen and you get a pointer there. We've got some shortcuts there. So you've got Google, you've got Disney, you've got Netflix, so on and so forth. Then you've got this scroll wheel just here in the middle, which actually does push down as well. So that is your enter button. Yeah, and generally it's a lovely remote control to use. Right, now that we got the TV on the wall, I've gone ahead and done the initial setup, and that's simple enough to do. It's just things like putting in your postcode, connecting the TV to your internet, and ticking some boxes when it comes to terms and conditions, and connecting up any external devices. Now, before we actually get into fully testing this TV, let's take a look at the design. And what we've got running currently is the art gallery. And as you can see, it actually turns the TV into a piece of artwork complete with picture frame. And it does look very good indeed. And if we go in a little bit closer, you can just see how thin the bezels are on this TV, wafer thin. And it just gives such a nice look to the TV. I'm sure you'll agree. It is a stunning bit of kit, but its real party piece is just how thin it is. So if we come around to the side, that is crazy. Look at that. Now what I've got is my tape measure just here. We just put that up against the TV like that. Look at it. We're talking, what? 3 mil, something like that. I mean, that is just bonkers, isn't it? There's literally nothing to it. I mean, if they made it any thinner, I think it'd just snap. Now, we'll be totally honest with you. As we've seen, it is thicker at the bottom, but the way it is set back means that when you come around to the side, you don't really see it, and it is angled as well. So even when you stood here, you don't really get to see that. Look at it. It is absolutely gorgeous. Just check it out. What a crazy looking TV. Now let's take a look at some of the menus and settings. And for this, we are going to have to use the Magic Remote. And as I explained earlier, this is like a Wii remote. So if we give it a shake, you can see you get a pointer up on the screen there. And that means we can navigate around any menus. So let's first press the home button and give you a little tour of this. So what we can do, we can use the pointer there to highlight anything on the screen, and it's really good. Look, you can just wave it around and those options there will just move left to right, or you can even press down on the scroll wheel button, which is an enter button, and we can drag the page up and down, or we can simply use the scroll wheel just like that, manipulate the page however we see fit. Now this home menu, I must admit, it is a little bit overwhelming. There is a lot going on, but if we just have a quick look, we got things on here like trending now, so it's giving you some suggestions of things there. Then moving down, we've got our home dashboard, shortcuts to things that we're commonly use. So got connections there for your phone, AirPlay, inputs for the TV, so you know, your HDMI, sound out, so on and so forth. Then you've got your web browser stuff there, shortcuts to some of the most common pages. Then we've got suggestions for things like All4, ITV Hub, and BBC iPlayer. Now, the one thing that you are sure to use on this page is the apps list. And as you can see here, we've got quite a good selection of apps already pre-installed. So if you are from the UK, you'll be pleased to know that we've got BBC iPlayer, ITV Hub, Channel 4 and Channel 5. So all the ones that you're really going to want. And then we've got other things like Netflix, Disney Plus, Prime Video, Apple TV, got Sky Store there. But if that isn't enough for you, of course, you can go into the App Store and download even more. So in the App Store now then, and you can see we've got various categories. So we've got featured, entertainment, game, news and info, so on and so forth again. So we've got loads of suggested stuff there. And I need to download an app myself right now, which is YouTube, but I could go up to the top there and search for it and input via just, using the remote here, which as you can see is very good at selecting stuff fast on the keyboard, but there is a faster way. I am going to use the voice button just on the remote there. So if I just say YouTube, and there we go, it has come up there for apps, YouTube. So I'm going to click on that, and then I'm simply going to go to install. And there we go, that is installed. Next, let's take a look at the settings. So first off, we have some quick settings by simply pressing the settings button once. And in here, we have things like picture mode, sound out, game optimizer, sleep timer, network, OLED care, and we can also edit those shortcuts if we so wish and add or take away, whichever we want. But let's take a look as well at the all settings. Now this is more in depth. So let's have a look at the picture settings then. So we've got a vivid there, standard, eco, cinema, sports, game optimizer, filmmaker mode. I know a lot of people will be interested, it's got that. Then we have expert bright room and expert dark room, or dark space, shall I say. Then we've got things like the aspect ratio, advanced settings. So we've got our brightness control there, color clarity. Again, loads of stuff going on there. Then we've got our sound modes there. So we can flick through all those that we've got going on there. We're testing those out in just a bit. Then we've got our general, so you've got your AI settings there, so your Picture Pro, AI brightness, AI Sound Pro, acoustic tuning, and yeah, just absolutely loads of it. So there is a lot going on, but I don't find that it's too complicated. It's fairly well laid out. It could be improved in some places, but generally it's not too bad at all. Okie dokie, next up we are going to take a look at what the picture quality is like. And at this moment in time, I've got a piece of my very own YouTube footage here. And as you can see, this is playing back in 4K HDR. And my God, does it look absolutely stunning. Just take a look. I cannot explain to you just how great the picture quality is on these OLED TVs. To get the full effect of it, really, you need to go in store to check it out for yourselves, because obviously you are watching it through my camera that's going through YouTube through to your screen. So you're probably not going to be getting the best image on the screen that you're watching it back on at home. But yeah, it is really, really nice. The richness to an OLED screen is just second to none. They are just such amazing displays. And as you can see, the viewing angles are absolutely crackers. So moving around to the side, it looks just as good as it does looking square on. So if I sit on this sofa, set off to the one side, and I'm getting an amazing viewing experience, as I would be if I was looking straight on. I mean, there is a slight shift in colour maybe, but you know, it is very, very minimal, and definitely better than a lot of the rivals out there. I mean, even if we go really far round, look at that, it's still a really nice image. It definitely isn't like completely washing out or anything like that. And this is one of the reasons why I love these TVs so very much. Moving on now to a darker piece of footage, and once again it is a piece of my own YouTube material, which is in 4K HDR. And just look at it. I've knocked the lights out so you can see that there is no blooming at all. Just really nice black levels there, and right next to it, nice bright areas. And that is what I love about these TVs, that you can have one pixel that is off, it's completely black, and right next to it you can have another pixel that is beaming bright white, and you don't get any blooming. Just look at that, nice and crisp, just what you want out of a TV. And it's another reason why I absolutely love these TVs, and I'm pretty sure if you buy one for yourselves, you are going to love it just as much as I do. Next, I just want to show you guys how great this TV when it comes to compatibility with the latest generation of games consoles. So I've hooked the TV up to an Xbox Series X and we're going to go to the 4K TV details and just take a look at this. Now we've got a load of things just here saying such as your TV supports 4K UHD at 60 Hz, your TV supports 4K UHD at 120 Hz, and the list just goes on and on. Everything is ticked. There is nothing that is not ticked. This TV literally ticks every single box, including your TV setup supports up to native 4K at 120 FPS, HDR10 for gaming, supports Dolby Vision for gaming up to 4K 120 Hz. This TV literally does it all. Now that we got a game up and running, I can show you another cool feature when it comes to gaming, and that is the game dashboard. Now, as you can see, it gives us loads of information like frames per second, so on and so forth, shortcuts and all that, which is great for gamers, but I'm not going to show you too much of that because I'm going to do a dedicated video when it comes to gaming with the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X, so you are going to have to tune in for that. Now, I did promise you a sound test, so what I've done, I've removed my microphone. Hopefully you get more of a feel of what the actual TV sounds like then. If it's, let's just turn it up, and I'll tell you what, for such a thin TV, I don't think it's too bad at all. So we have obviously got lots of different sound options. So if I go into sound, we're currently in standard mode then. Then you've got AI Sound Pro, not that keen on that. Very thin sound in there. Then you've got Cinema. Clear Voice Pro. Bit quiet that one, but obviously it's meant for voices, not gaming. Then you've got Sports. Music. And Game Optimizer. Personally, I think standard for me sounds adequate for gaming, but I would say that if you have got funds, a TV like this would benefit from a dedicated soundbar, as you know, there's only so much sort of decent sound you can squeeze out of such a thin TV. And there you go, that about wraps it up. Now, if you could do me a favour and hit that thumbs up button, would really help me out, and also consider subscribing to the channel. Got lots more content coming up with this TV, and I'll also be testing it out against the LG G1 OLED. Now, if you'd like to take things one step further, then I also have a Buy Me a Coffee page, where if you want to show your appreciation, you can simply buy me a coffee. So go check that link out in the description. Also, I have an Amazon affiliate link. If you're looking to purchase anything from Amazon now, Black Friday, over Christmas, go use that link. Just go through there, purchase whatever you would normally buy. It doesn't cost you a single penny extra. Just means that Amazon give me a little back as a way of saying thanks. So look at it like you're giving me a tip that actually doesn't come out of your pocket. So it's a win-win. And finally, Helen, or Mrs. Tech Giant, has now got her own channel, and she'd really appreciate it if you go and check out her latest upload. So anyway, thanks very much for joining me today, and hopefully I will catch you guys on the next one. Bye for now.